Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Hey guys, welcome to Easter Jam 2020. We are so excited that you're joining us tonight for what I hope is going to be a lot of fun, not just for you, but also for your family. Now, I know that technically Easter was yesterday, but hey, things have been a little bit different for the last few weeks, so we get to celebrate and worship together and celebrate Easter today, or tonight, I guess I should say. Now, this Easter Jam 2020 is for the entire family. So, right now, hit the pause button, take a time out, look around the room. Is everybody there? If they're not, get everybody together. We want all the kiddos, mom, dad, everybody. We want you to worship together with us for Easter Jam 2020 tonight. So, once everybody's together, get comfortable, have a seat on the couch, kick your shoes off, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Also, don't forget, while we're having this Easter Jam celebration together, take pictures, take videos, post them to Facebook, tag us, tag Stuttgart Harvest Church, Easter Jam 2020. We want to see how you guys are engaging and connecting with us tonight as we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, because it is going to be a lot of fun. Now, to get us started tonight, we are going to play an interactive game that we like to call Easter Egg Throwdown. Easter Egg Throwdown. Now, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we want the entire family to be a part of that. Now, this week, all over the last few days, we've been talking about that you guys are going to need a few things from around the house to be able to play Easter Egg Throwdown. And the things that you need are very easy to find. I promise you, you've got them laying around the house right now. Now, in case you forgot to assemble the supplies that you're going to need to play Easter Egg Throwdown, we're going to tell you one more time what to get, and we're going to give you a few seconds to try to run around and gather them up. So, tonight, for Easter Jam 2020, to play Easter Egg Throwdown, the first thing that you're going to need are socks, and a lot of them. Now, the best thing you can do is probably get about 15 or 20 pairs of socks. Don't fold them up, and probably it would be good to make sure they're colored or have patterns on them, because to play the game, it'll make it a little bit easier. So about 15 or 20 pairs of socks that are colored or have patterns is the first thing you're going to need to grab. And the second thing you need is a laundry basket. Just throw the clothes on the floor. I promise your mom won't mind, as long as you pick it up later. So get your socks and get your laundry basket together. And once you have all of that stuff together, you will be ready to play Easter egg throwdown. So we're going to hit the pause button for a second and let you guys go. If you haven't already gotten your supplies together, we're going to give you a little bit of time to gather up your 15 to 20 pair of socks and your laundry basket. So go ahead and head to do that right now. Okay, everybody ready? You've got your socks? Check. You've got your laundry basket? Check. Now, here's what you need to do. Divide your household into 2 even teams. So if you have 4 in your household, you need to have 2 teams of 2. If you have 6, 2 teams of 3. If you have 5, you're going to have to cut somebody in half. I'm just kidding. You can do a 3 and a team of 2. Now, what you need to do is take the socks that you've gathered up and place them in a big pile on one side of the room. Just a big pile on one side of the room. So go ahead and go do that right now. Go place all the socks, the 15 or 20 pair of unrolled socks, in a big pile on the other side of the room. All right. You got that? Good. Now, take the laundry basket that is now empty, that probably have clothes in the laundry room or somewhere, the bathroom laying in the floor. Take that empty laundry basket and put it on the other side of the room. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. All right, so you should have 15 to 20 pair of socks on this side of the room, a laundry basket on that side of the room, and your family divided up into 2 even teams. Right. So, what you're going to do, when I say go, you're going to have 60 seconds to go to the pile of socks and find its matching pair. So, if there's 2 blue socks, you've got to find both blue socks, and then you're going to roll it up in a ball or an Easter egg, and once you have that pair of socks rolled up into the Easter egg ball, you're going to toss it across the room and try to throw it into that laundry basket. Nothing to it. Then the player at the end of our game with the most socks in the laundry basket wins. It's that simple, okay? So, if mom and dad are playing with you, they may need to be the scorekeeper. I don't know. So again, you should have socks, laundry basket. When we say go, go to the socks and gather up each pair of socks, find its match, roll it into a ball or an Easter egg, and toss it across the room into the laundry basket. Player with the most in the basket at the end of our 60 seconds wins. Everybody understand? No? You're still a little bit confused? That's okay. We're going to let you watch this video of my girls playing this game a couple of days ago. Oh, and by the way we shot it, you're probably going to have to tilt your head this way. So go ahead and watch this example video right now.
Hi, my name is Ella. My name is Rachel. And this is the Easter egg throwdown.
1 minute starts now. There's 1 for Ella.
Ooh.
2 for Ella.
1 point for me.
1 for Rachel, 1 for Ella, sorry. 2 for Ella, 1 for Rachel. 3 for Ella, 1 for Rachel. 4 for Ella, 1 for Rachel. Can I count that? That wasn't together. We'll count it. Keep throwing.
No.
15 seconds.
2 points for me.
Yay, another 1 for Rachel and another 1 for Ella. 5, 4, 3. Oh, you're out of socks. Good job, girls.
Okay, did you get that? Do you have a crick in your neck now? All right, so everybody knows what to do now, right? So you should have your 15 to 20 pairs of socks on one side of the room, your laundry basket on the other. We have 2 teams divided up, and we are ready to play Easter egg throwdown. Are you ready? All right. Your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, that was wild. Did you have fun? Man, that's awesome. Adults, make sure whoever won that game gets something special, okay? All right. Now, even though we're celebrating Easter this year a little bit different than in years past, that's okay, because Easter is still happy. And that's not just because of the dyed eggs and the chocolate bunnies and the Easter baskets. I mean, don't get me wrong, those things are awesome. But it's happy because of something that happened thousands of years ago at the very first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it's so simple. So simple, it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down His life. Through God's power, He defeated death for all of us. and sin was washed away. One day, He's promised to return, so we can live with Him forever.
I hear that story every Easter, and it still amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus into the world to remind me that He's greater than anything that can go wrong in my life. And the fact that Jesus came back to life, well, that's proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I mean, I kind of like to think of it like this. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Now, here's an idea. I'd like you to take maybe about the next 60 seconds as a family and add to this list of things that you can do because Jesus is alive. So on the screen, you're going to see a question. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can because Jesus is alive. Now take 60 seconds as a family to answer these questions together. And when you're done, meet me right back here. Guys, that was awesome. You see, I love conversations like those because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust Him with what's going on in my life right now. Well, we're almost finished. But before we wrap this up, don't forget, this Thursday night, Family Connect Live, 7 o'clock. Don't miss that. We're going to have a lot of fun together. But I think we had a lot of fun tonight as we worship together Jesus with Easter Jam 2020. And I think a great way to wrap this up tonight is for all of us together in all of the houses across Stuttgart, across the Grand Prairie, and who knows, maybe across the entire state of Arkansas, to join together and worship God in song. So, as we wrap up our time together, let's worship God in song. Families, let's sing it loud and let's sing it proud.
The greatest day in history, death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. Cross the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, you wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Stand in that place, free at last, meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy perfect peace. Earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same.